point did you know that you wanted to direct this film?
When I finished it and Spike Jonze was going to direct it and he wasn't available, it was the first thing I thought of, that I should do this. So I tried to get the job at that point.
Which you got.
Which I did get, yeah.
That's good. Did Spike give you any kind of advice as you were going to be a first-time director?
He said, don't direct this. No, he didn't. No, I mean, not really. I mean, I'm trying to remember if Spike gave me any advice. I mean, it's hard, we have a friendship and we talk a lot, and we've talked a lot over the past 10 years, so it wasn't really kind of like that kind of situation. I mean, we've talked a lot about directing and movies and actors and stuff over the years, so.
So what was the transition like from you to go from, writer to writer and director, where you're much more in the set and involved with the final product?
Well, directing is very different than writing. It's a very pragmatic job. There's a lot of concern over how you're going to afford to do certain things. We had a very limited budget, a relatively limited budget, and we're trying to do a very kind of large scope of a movie. So that's the opposite of writing, which is sort of like whatever you could think of. You can, it doesn't cost any more to write a very big scene than it does a very small scene. So it's a different job, and it's a different kind of way of thinking, and it's a very managerial job, a very social job. There's a lot of figuring out people and figuring out what they need from you and how you can help them do their job, and getting along and being a grown-up is a big part of being a director. You can't really be a sulky, moody person like I'm used to being, you have to kind of like let other people do that. Then you've got to be the sort of steady, supportive person, and so that's what it was. It was okay. I enjoyed it.
Do you want to direct again? Or?
Yeah, I think I do. I think I like the control. I like being able to start an idea and then take it all the way through until it's done. Although it is a very long process when you do both, especially since I take a long time to write. I mean, I've been doing this movie for 5 years now, and I don't know, that's hard.
How do you feel now that it's over after 5 years?
I feel like I'm ready to do something else. I feel like I'm ready. I'm glad it's over. It's weird because you work with people at every stage of the making of the movie, and when they're done with their job, they go away and do something else, and so you watch other people do other movies or involved in other projects, and you're just sort of still there, and it's really sort of sad, and so that's hard. But you're kind of like the captain, and you got to stay with the ship, I guess, until it crashes.
So how did you arrive on Philip Seymour Hoffman as Caden?
It just seemed obvious to me. I mean, it was the first person I thought of for this role when I started thinking.
So even when you were writing?
No. I don't think about actors when I'm writing. But once I knew I was going to direct it, he's the first person who came into my head, and so I went to him immediately, and he said yes. So I didn't have to think about anybody else for the part.
Well, yes. I mean, this is a question for me, really. There's a lot of talk about death in the film. Certainly has a somber feeling. That's what I got. Do you find it to be a depressing film at the end?
I can't see the movie like other people see it. I worked on it for so long. It wasn't my goal to make it a depressing movie. I mean, it was my goal to sort of try to be honest about something that is part of everyone's life, and then maybe by putting that out into the world, there would be some sort of connection that I could make with other people by speaking about something that we all live with. And so that was sort of, but the thing we live with is a hard thing, and I think part of the reason that no one ever talks about it, or it's rarely talked about, is because it's very difficult. So, but I mean, I think the movie's funny. It's got a lot of comedy in it, and it's it's. I don't know. I don't think it's depressing, but I don't question somebody finding it depressing. I mean, I think that's a valid reaction to it.
Thank you for validating my reaction.
Well, you're welcome.
I have a lot of problems.
Going through some things. I'm hurt. Am I dying? Can you tell me that?
I can't tell you.
You can't tell me?
No.
No, you can't tell me if you can't tell me.
No.
I'm lonely.
And
I'm afraid I'm gonna die.
anything else?
I don't know what's wrong with me, and I want to do something important while I'm still
Well,
here.
that would be the time to do it, yes.
Death comes faster than you think.
The idea is to do a massive theater piece. What was this shoot for?
Plays.
Like theater plays? Have I disappointed you somehow?
Everyone is disappointing. The more you know someone.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Knowing that you don't know is the most essential step to knowing, you know?
I want you to beg me on your knees for a kiss.
We need to investigate the essence of each being. You're weirdly close to what I've visualized for this character.
Glad to be weirdly close.
You smell weird.
What do I smell like?
It's like you're menstruating. I don't know.
I don't menstruate, so I don't know. I could smell like I'm menstruating.
You tell me.
I've been following you for 20 years, and I've learned everything about you. So hire me, and you'll see who you truly are.
I'm just a little person, one person in a sea of many little
Met hier over de homoseksualiteit. I'm not a homosexual.
Gesagt worden, das heißt abstrakt.
me. Somewhere, maybe
I
someday.
don't know why I make it so complicated.
That's what you do.
Far away.
I help you through any way I can.
Somewhere, maybe
There are
someday.
millions of people in the world,
Maybe somewhere far.
and none of those people is an extra.
I'll meet a
They're all leads of their own stories.
person, and we'll go out and play.
Caden? What? When are we going to get an audience in here? It's been 17 years.
Say thank you.
Thank you.
You're very welcome, young lady.